Hey, welcome back. I hope you were able to reconnect with your spiritual self and maybe even lost yourself in something fun or at least satisfying. Today, we're exploring the final self, which is the secure self. And I need to be real with you right from the start. This is the hardest one to talk about right now. So, your secure self is the part of you that needs safety and stability. We're talking about housing, food, healthcare, financial resources to cover your basic needs. You need emotional safety, predictability, and the ability to trust that tomorrow will basically resemble today. And right now, for a lot of people, that foundation is shaky or gone entirely. Housing costs are crushing people. Healthcare is expensive and often inaccessible. Job security feels precarious. Social safety nets are being cut. People are being disappeared from the streets and the very places that they're supposed to be safe. So let me be clear. If your basic security is threatened, everything else falls away. And that's exactly how it should be. When you are living in survival mode, your brain is doing its job. It's prioritizing immediate safety over long-term goals, self-care practices, over everything. That's not failure, okay? That is your nervous system functioning exactly as it's designed. If your secure self feels threatened right now, you might be unable to focus on anything else, constantly scanning for danger, struggling to sleep or relax, making decisions based purely on survival, or feeling like you can't plan for the future. That is not weakness. That's biology. Your amygdala has taken over. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that thinks long term, that problem solves creatively, is offline. Because right now, your brain needs you to survive today, not thrive, survive. So I'm not going to bullshit you with things like just create a budget or practice gratitude when your security is genuinely at risk. But here's what I can offer. If your security is actively threatened, your job right now is triage. Connect with every resource available: mutual aid networks, community organizations, legal aid, housing assistance, food banks. Ask for help. This is not the time for pride or independence. This is survival, and survival is communal. If your security feels shaky, but it's still present, focus on what you can control. Organize your important documents. Know where your safety net is, who you can call, where you can go, what resources exist. Create one small routine that feels grounding, not because routines are magical, but because your nervous system needs something predictable to anchor to. And if your security is relatively stable, recognize it. Not to make yourself feel guilty, but so your nervous system can actually register that you are safe right now. Because if your secure self is constantly braced for disaster, even when things are relatively okay, you are burning energy you might need for later. So here's something I really need you to hear. External security and internal security are not the same thing. External security, housing, money, physical safety is real and necessary. I am not minimizing that. But internal security, the feeling of safety in your body, sometimes needs support even when external circumstances haven't changed yet. This is where nervous system regulation comes in. When your nervous system is stuck in threat mode, it cannot distinguish between I'm in real danger and I'm thinking about danger. Your body responds the same way. So while you're working on external security, while you're connecting with resources and making plans and taking action, you also need moments where you help your nervous system come down from high alert. That's not avoidance or indulgence. That is building capacity to keep fighting. All right, real quick, I want you to do something that might feel strange, and that is to notice what security you actually have in this exact moment. Not tomorrow, not next month, right now. Are you physically safe in this moment? Do you have a place to be right now? Is there food available to you today? Maybe your housing is secure. Maybe you have people that you can call. Maybe you have skills that have gotten you through hard times before. Maybe you know where your important documents are. I am not asking you to be grateful or positive. I am asking you to let your nervous system register what is actually stable right now, because your body needs something solid to land on, even if it's temporary, even if it isn't perfect. So take 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you need to notice in this exact moment what is available to you. So when your nervous system can recognize even small pockets of security, it can drop out of crisis mode for moments at a time. And in those moments, you can think more clearly, problem solve better, make decisions that are going to serve you long term instead of just reacting to immediate threats, right? You can connect with others, rest, repair. This isn't about pretending that everything is fine. It is about the capacity to handle what's not fine. One more thing, your secure self does not have to do this alone. The systems in power want you isolated. They want you to believe that security is individual, that if you just worked harder, saved more, planned better, you'd be safe. That's a lie designed to keep you compliant and exhausted. Security has always been and always will be communal. We survive together. We build safety nets together. We share resources, knowledge, connections. That is why the uprising exists, not to replace external resources, but to be one thread in your safety net. All right, my friend, until next time, your assignment is to do one thing that supports your secure self and make it concrete. If you are currently in crisis mode, connect with one resource or a person who can help. Mutual aid groups, crisis line, community organization, a friend who has capacity. Just make one connection. If you're feeling kind of shaky, organize something that creates a sense of control. Organize your important documents, your emergency contact list, create a small savings goal, but just make one piece of your foundation stronger. And if you're feeling relatively stable, oh my God, help your nervous system to recognize that. Create a routine that feels grounding. Give it 5 minutes of something predictable each day. Let your body know that it's allowed to relax. And notice even small steps towards security, even acknowledging the security that you already have. How does that shift your stress levels and your ability to focus on anything else besides crises? All right, next time we are going to look at how all 6 of these selves work together and influence each other, because understanding those connections is what's going to make this whole system work. And then we're going to start learning the tools. All right, I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.